flowery welcome to my students, viewers, and well wishers. Here I am Mr. Ronojit, lecturer, English Department, Katunia Rajbari College. I am welcoming all of you to my another online English class. And my dear students, I think all of you are passing a good time. I actually, uh, though the situation is not favorable at all, but you should understand that you are away from your institutions. You are away from the direct guidance of your teachers, but for your conveniences, for your benefits, our honorable principal Mr. Abdul Wahab has arranged uh, the online classes for you so that you can keep with the task of your lessons, as well as you can progress or continue your study. That means the tips or suggestions provided by the online classes are helpful to all of you. So my dear students, uh, stay at home and keep connected with us and try to follow all the online classes taken by all the teachers of your institution. Now, my dear students, my I am going to teach you from first paper your lesson unit 5 and lesson 4 of your textbook in that is in your world syllabus as well. So, my today's topic is early marriage. My dear student, Bangladesh is a small country having a huge or large population, and a major part of this huge population are adolescents or are young people or young boys and girls. And in our country, our teenage boys and girls face different types of problems here. And among the problems I can mention here early marriage, dowry, gender discrimination, getting addicted to drugs, as well as being sexually exploited, and so many problems in our young teenage or our adolescent boys and girls face. Now, I am going to discuss in this class as about the problems of early marriage. How here you will be able to know the story of Shilpi, the story of Shilpi, who unfortunately fall victim to early marriage and the problems she faced in her conjugal life. And I am going to discuss all these in details, and after at the end of the lesson I will try to make you understand about how to fill up a follow chart. At first, let me read the passage for you and explain it for you. Here is the first sentence of the passage. Shilpi was only 15 years old. 15 years old when she married Rashid in 2008. This is obviously this is a complex sentence here, and this part is indicating the time of Shilpi, and this is the part that tells us the age, or that tells us that Shilpi actually became a victim of early marriage at the age of 15 only. Marrying of daughters at an early age is a standard practice for many families living in rural Bangladesh. Here, student, look at this sentence. This sentence is telling us as about a bad practice in our in rural Bangladesh, and that is to just to marry off daughters at their early age. And marrying of daughters at an early age is a standard practice for many families living in rural Bangladesh. Though this practice is not at all safe and good for the young girls or young daughters, but in spite of that, this malpractice go on in our country, especially in the remote part of our country, that is in rural Bangladesh. After her wedding, that is after getting married, Shilpi joined to a local empowerment group that provides adolescent girls with the tools needed to gradually sense cultural practices, particularly those pertaining to early marriage and pregnancy. But I think Shilpi is lucky enough to have a chance to join a local empowerment group, because in these groups provide our adolescent girls with all the tools or equipments that are needed to gradually sense cultural practices. These tools are needed to adjust with the sense cultural practices, especially those practices are related to marriage and pregnancy. And the group's activities, that means all these organizations, this uh, this empowerment group conduct conduct group activities, include a discussion on how to most effectively sense behavior related to reproductive health, as well as one counseling. Here means the group discuss the subject matter, or the topics of the group discussion, and is how to most effectively sense behavior related to reproductive health. That is the health tips related to the childbirth, health tips related to the sexual relationship, and as well as the tips and suggestion about tips and suggestion how to make this relationship or this sales practice smooth in conjugal life. It also offers part to part support. It also offers part support and life skills training that help adolescents say no to early marriage. Look, look at this sentence, my dear students. It means this program, the program of the local empowerment group, the program of the local empowerment group offers far to far support. Far to far support means the support of the people who belong to almost the same age of his partner or her partner. That is part. And life skill training, there are some training, there are some tips, there are some activities that can save the lives in future. That means that can make danger free relationship, conjugal relationship in future, especially when the young girls are going to be pregnant, or are going to bear a child, or they continue sexual relationship with their husbands, okay, or their counterpart. That help adolescents say no to early marriage. And all these tips also help those teenage girls who are still unmarried to say no to early marriage, because they become well aware of the bad effects of and impacts of early marriage. And then they can place their argument with their parents, with the members of the families, and so that they can avoid early marriage, and they can convince their parents and the members of the families, so that they can postpone the early marriage of their daughters. The empowerment group is one of more than 10,000 groups supported by some local government, local non-government organization, that is NGOs, working all over Bangladesh. That is is a good piece of information for us. That is nearly or about 10,000 non-government organizations working for the benefits or for the betterments of the women or teenage bride in our country. And all these organizations are trying to make our teenage daughters safe in their conjugal life, Actually, they are providing tips, tools, and other necessary equipments so that our young girls, our young daughters, can continue their conjugal life in a danger-free way. That is that these NGOs work through Canada's Adolescent Reproductive Health Project, and these NGOs are patroned by foreign donors, and the NGO working for women here is patronized by Canada Adolescent Reproductive Health Project, and this project which also aims to increase access to quality health services for adolescents. And this project, this very this very particular project has an aim, and this aim is to ensure access to quality health services for all the young girls who actually who are victims to early marriage. During one of the group session, that is this program includes different group sessions. In the different group sessions, they try to understand, they try to discuss different issues related to reproductive health, related to childbirth, related to contraception and equipments, and actually related to planet family. Okay, during one of the group session, Shilpi came to understand the potentially harmful effects of early marriage. This is the result of Shilpi's participation in these NGOs activities or in this local empowerment groups activities. That is, here he learned learned about the potentially harmful effects of early marriage. She also learned about the potentially harmful effects of early pregnancy. Okay, that means through discussion, through through discussion, through discussion, she came to understand about the potential risks, about the potential harmful, about the potential risks of early marriage, about the potential risk of early conceived, that is early pregnancy. So, based on these cases, now you are asked to fill up a follow chart. Fill up a follow chart. What you are asked to do here? Read about the passage and make a flow chart. Make a flow chart. That means you have to make a chart, and there is a flow, or there should be a continuous relationship among the informations given or written in the boxes. Here, my dear students, you have to understand the portion first. What type of information you are asked to write here, and then you are to follow here. What is the style or how you should write the information? Okay, my dear students, and make a flow chart showing what Shilpi did after her marriage and what she learned. So here you are asked to do two work: what she did after her marriage and what she learned. What she learned. You have to focus on these two factors: what she did after marriage and what she learned from the local empowerment group. Okay, and one information is given for you: joining a local empowerment group. That means the first thing Shilpi did was to join a local empowerment group. Okay, that is join a local empowerment group. Then you should write the next information using present participle. Using present participle, that is using verb 1 plus ing plus other. Okay, this because you are given the hints to fill the chart in this formation. Now look at here what she did next. Gradually change cultural practices. That is becoming familiar with sense cultural practices. Next on what she did, that is a group discussion. That is group discussion. Participating in group discussion. Participating in group discussion. Then the third one is here life skill trainings, that is receiving life skill training. These three things she learned, that is becoming familiar with sense cultural practices, participating in group discussion, receiving life skill training. And these things she did actually, and these two things she learned, that is understanding harmful effects of early marriage. Understanding harmful effects of early marriage, and understanding harmful effects of early pregnancy, and understanding harmful effects of early pregnancy. So look at the chart here, student. These three things Shilpi did, and the two results she got or learned from her activities. One is becoming familiar with sense cultural practices, next on participating in group discussion, and the next on receiving life skill training, and the fourth on understanding harmful effects of early marriage, and last of all understanding harmful effects of pregnancy. So my dear student, in this way you should fill up the follow chart. I think you should stay at home and stay safe. This is all for today, my dear students. We will meet in another class next on. Thank you to all of you.